Hello Joel, how are you?
Hello Quentin, I'm great, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well, I'm happy to be here. Thanks Joel. With Easter eggs, I had too much chocolate, and now I need to go to the gym.
It's maybe a good idea for you, go more often to the gym, but today we won't speak about your weight, but about who want to improve the communication skill.
Thank you, yes, of course. I did some research about it, because sometimes I'm not very good to sharing a story or to threading a conversation with other people, and I think this advice could help you too.
Okay, and which advice would you give us?
Joel, do you know when we speak we use a lot of parasitic words, for example, oh, yes, well?
Yes, I know. That often happened to me. Many people often use this, but it's off in our unconscious.
Yes, it's true, but do you have any ideas how we can avoid or reduce this use?
Oh, I'm not sure, but I think you can try to avoid parasitic words by your listening to yourself. For example, if you have a presentation about something in your class, you will try to record your voice or practice by yourself at home in front of a mirror. I think with these few tips, I believe you can improve your speech.
Yes. The less you use parasitic word, the more efficient your speech is.
Yes, less or without parasitic words, the speech would be more fluent and for the audience listening would be more pleasant.
I think you are like me, Joel. Sometimes it's complicated to keep a conversation up. I remember that time when I ran out of ideas to continue a conversation.
You are right. When I'm with my friends at the pub, sometimes I have some difficulties to speak after someone, and this creates a blank in my head.
Maybe it's because you don't listen to your friends properly. In every sentence, there are different topics you can break into.
I'm not sure I understood well. Give me more details, please.
For example, if I tell you I live in Brighton and I love this city because it's near the sea and you can meet a lot of foreign people. In this sentence, you can find 3 different topics that you can break into from her. You can talk about the time I'm staying in Brighton, or I feel about living near the sea, and how I meet other people from different cultures. You can choose one that you are interested in and talk about it.
Okay, I see. You use the main informations given by the other persons to continue the conversations and ask him questions. Give me more details about it.
More or less, because the common mistake is to cover the other person with questions. This can be extremely uncomfortable, as much as the conversation will be transformed into an interview and you don't share information about yourself. To create a relationship with another person, you need to share stories and find connection with them. If you ask always questions, you will lack connection to create a relationship.
If I understand what you said, it will better to use statement than questions, yes?
What do you mean with statements?
In the conversation, it's usual to ask a directing question. When I hang out with my close friends, the majority of the conversation is well statement. If I say to you, yesterday I had a lecture with Claudio, what do you answer me?
I don't know. Which lecture have you yesterday? Or who is Claudio?
It's good, but the trick to move on the conversation is to give me more information in the conversation. Like, if I remember Claudio is your teacher after he used to be a chef.
Okay, but with this answer, sometimes you know nothing about the story and you can say many mistakes.
Perfectly, and I can respond to you in 3 different ways. Number 1, you are wrong and I will correct you. No, Claudio is my classmate. He does a nap during the lecture. Number 2, you are wrong, but I will ask you why you thought so. No, Claudio is my classmate, but what make you say that? And number 3, you are correct and a large amount of report will be built. Yes, Claudio is my crazy and funny teacher who like to make games. You know him?
Okay, yeah, I understand. Each of these 3 ways give me many more opportunity to break into different topics as compared as the simple question, who is Claudio?
Of course, you share information first and I can be true or false, and it's up to the other person to decide how he is going to respond to you.
It's important that the other person responds to you with enough information to thread the conversation.
So, if you understand all well, to sum up, we need to be efficient when we speak and reduce our parasitic words like you, some, well.
Yes, if we want to thread the conversation, it is important to find different topics that you can break into and talk about the most interesting ones. And conversation is not only a game of question-answer. You need to share personal information if you want to create a connection with someone.
Yeah, it's better to use statements instead of questions. When we make a statement, we share more information about yourself and we open many topics for new conversations.
Conversation is a skill. Just like any skill, it's important to learn it and to practice it.
Yes, like the bicycle. When you begin to ride with the small wheels and after more training you become more experienced.
The problem with you, Joel, is that you keep on riding bicycle, the small wheels. But yes, it's the best way to practice that you have learned. If you have applied these tips, you will see a massive improvement in your future conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Quentin, for all good advice to improve our communication skills.
You too, Joel. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. You can find your video on YouTube, put a like and share it to help your friends in communication. That was BREF Station, Brighton Radio Education First. Bye.
Bye.